So as I said, I'm interested in borders. Are you already filming?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, whatever. Okay, I better be careful of what I say. I'm very interested in the Jewish history of London and of this area in particular. And so I often invite friends or colleagues from Israel or friends from England who grew up here to come on the sort of walk that we're doing today. I find it fascinating to see how the urban fabric changes over time and caters to new needs, while also catering to the needs of specific ethnic communities. So this very mundane block of flats was only built in the 1970s, but prior to that, for 100 years, there was on this site one of the most famous old cathedral synagogues of London called the Dalston Synagogue. I came to live here at the age of 2 in 1958 when my father was appointed the minister or the rabbi of this synagogue. Of course, like most kids, we never liked being the sons or the daughters of a rabbi because you were always expected to behave that bit better and that bit differently in the public space and on the streets. I mean, we had a very orthodox lifestyle at home, but he also had a very liberal outlook on life. And he believed very much that we were growing up in a metropolis, and I played football in the streets with regular Christians and Cypriots and Muslims, etc. I'll be the first to admit I've developed a certain nostalgia in the last few years as I've become interested in looking into London history and Anglo-Jewish history. I think there was a period after I left here in the 70s, 80s when I first went to Israel where maybe it wasn't so much in my psyche, but certainly in the last 15, 20 years I've become much more interested in this area again, particularly as I see it change over time. So this is the Queen Elizabeth Walk Synagogue, which was opened up in the 1950s. It's at the back of a building that used to be called the Avigdor School, and where I used to go to from the ages of 7 to 11. On this site in the 50s and 60s, there used to be the Beersted Memorial Hospital. It was the Jewish maternity hospital. I must have been 9. I had done my normal morning walk through Clissold Park to come to the Avigdor School. I met a friend on a bicycle coming in this direction, and he says, "Oh David, I just saw your father come into the hospital and he told me to tell you you have a new younger brother." So as I said, I'm very interested in borders in my professional life, and in retrospect I realised I grew up in this area, Newington Green, which is right on a border between Islington and Hackney. So much of my work in Israel as a Professor of Geopolitics deals with Israel's control or Israel's occupation of the West Bank. And noch here, right in the heart of North London, there's a West Bank. They've now also added a sign to Tottenham. So two of the great interests in my life, the West Bank and Tottenham Hotspur, are in one street sign here in the middle of Stoke Newington.
Click the videos to watch more Londoners and don't forget to subscribe.